Hello there, internet dwellers, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be checking out the sequel to Shed 17 by Paul's Vids called Project G-1. Now this was recommended to me so many times on the previous video that I did on Shed 17, and a lot of you were saying, you're late to the party. This has been out for 8 years basically, where have you been? And honestly, I never heard about it. I never heard about it until recently, and I'm glad that I checked it out. It was really good. A lot of you seem to really enjoy it, and like I said, a lot of you were suggesting that I check out Project G1, which is apparently, according to the description here, a follow-on from the documentary apparently the documentary caused hysteria, and more stuff started getting revealed. Let me quickly read this description. Following the public hysteria following the broadcast of the Shed 17 documentary, further revelations are uncovered about the events on Sodor Island in the early 80s. However, a much more sinister force threatens the remaining engines of Sodor Island. Following the revelations of an anonymous whistleblower, a shocking series of events will lead to disaster. Follow Keith Hartley as he guides us through another magical story of love, betrayal, and ambition. Sequel to Shed 17. Sorry it took so long. Without further ado, guys, we're just going to jump straight into this. This is a 50-minute video, so go get comfy, get a cup of tea, get some snacks, get a little weighted blanket or whatever you have. If you're next to an open fireplace, that's even nicer. Put me on the TV, big screen, 70-inch. Project G1 by Paul's Vids. Like I always say, guys, go check out the creator down below. Here we go. Let's get to the screaming again. No, we're not going to do the captions this time. 1983.
Loyalty, honor, respect.
So this was the guy.
If you lose even one of those, you take something away from those around you.
They're going in. They're going in.
The ones you love, your friends. We let down those closest to us without ever realizing we'd done so.
Paul's Vids presents.
Didn't leave work at night. They worked the railways for the love of railways.
Is that Thomas there?
Silenced. They weren't subdued. They just didn't have anything to object to. By the time they realised there was a problem, it was too late.
Oh, it's been broken out.
We didn't stifle them. We didn't lock them away. We didn't lie to them. We committed the worst sin of all. We just didn't listen.
Oh no. Project G1. Apparently, so this one is apparently a lot more gruesome than the first one. The first one wasn't really gruesome, but it had like its little moments. But apparently this one, it's been age restricted. Oh my god! Oh my god, they got the military involved. I mean, I guess you would, wouldn't you? For something like this. Oh, jeez.
On the 6th of October 2015,
Ooh.
the world was reintroduced to the horrors and suffering that began on a small island
Oh, that's when this was released.
off the northwest coast.
Train workers from Sodor Railway and the controversial Sodor research in the early 1980s reminisce and remember the events that led to the closure of the railway and the banning of the biofusion process that destroyed so many lives.
Of England.
I don't think the documentary showed anything we didn't already know. People had just become desensitized to what had happened to Thomas and his friends.
Yeah.
The reaction, or rather, overreaction began straight away.
That's me, guys. Nah, I'm joking. Oh, God.
This young man in the USA had become so traumatized by Shed 17, he had memorized all the dialogue and would do nothing but watch the program in a loop, mouthing the words.
The town was buzzing with news of her pregnancy.
He would later be taken away to a
Wait, so he's just miming along?
psychiatric unit. Many viewers would be offered similar treatment, often being asked to illustrate what scared them and confronting it as a successful therapy.
Oh my god.
This
Is this
young
all
man
genuine
began
like fan art and stuff? That's so cool if it is.
making his own model railway stories as a form of treatment. Soon many of these people would be allowed limited access to the outside world, even beginning to form social connections to people and in some cases form friendships.
Okay.
After the Thomas incident became public, the tourist trade began to dry up. People stopped coming to Sodor for biofusion operations.
Wait, they were still doing
So there were
that?
massive layoffs on the railway itself.
I thought they outlawed that like the following year.
Numerous attempts were made to salvage the tourist trade on Sodor. Finally, in a last-ditch attempt, the railway was promoted with an ill-judged celebrity endorsement.
Oh God, who is it?
Of the train.
Wow. That was... You know what's really strange about this? Is that I compared this documentary to a documentary that they would have done on Jimmy Savile. Like, the monster behind the presenter or whatever. It had that kind of layout, that kind of BBC/Channel 4 documentary. Something that was so obviously in your face. It had that kind of vibe. And I said it reminds me of like, yeah, something like Jimmy Savile. And if you don't know who Jimmy Savile is...
Jimmy Savile?
Savile is
Jimmy
the
Savile
British
was
column?
very much on the air. In fact, when Jimmy Savile, who, for people who don't remember, was subsequently revealed to be one of our most heinous pedophiles and general all-round rotten eggs, but this only came out after he died. I think we wear things a bit like this.
I knew the bit about the pedophile, but I didn't know about the all-around bad person part.
There are conspiracy theories about it, about what he actually did, what he got up to and stuff. If you want to go into that rabbit hole, viewer discretion is advised because it is pretty gross. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. Go check it out if you want to, but this is weird. That's Jimmy
But it
Savile.
wouldn't just be young people suffering. Many would suffer trauma in their own way.
He was a
both
BBC
human
presenter.
and biofused.
Even the crane's biofused.
With the documentary came the public outcry and the media's need for a scapegoat.
The Goetze family were in hiding. The fat had vanished with all his money. And there I was.
Oh yeah, he went
in
into
full
hiding.
public view, being blamed
Bastard.
for the whole
Sorry,
thing.
do you want to apologise, person? Frankly, you should know better than that.
Wait, now he's shitting his pants. Okay.
I was finally given
Wait,
the
what
chance.
did those little things that said documentary producer and Railway Stories fan community battering?
I was finally
Okay.
given the chance to tell my side of the story.
Big
on national
twat.
television. Tell people what actually happened and acquit myself in the eyes of the public.
Mr. Hartley, are you to blame for the events on Sodor Island?
Well, let me tell
Is he
you,
gonna shit himself
I
again?
am not.
I am totally to blame for what happened to Thomas and all his friends, and I do it again tomorrow.
Channel 4. Can't
Last
believe they
time I
did
go
this.
on Channel 4.
But the public outcry would bring an anonymous whistleblower out into the light.
This is
Someone
so... I
who would
love this
reveal
because
more-
it's such a nod at the UK and just like British culture. And it just makes me feel like seen. Not like a... I don't know how to explain that. Like people from England and the UK will understand this a whole lot better. Obviously, if you're from America,
more facts
you know, you're not
about the
missing out on
events
anything.
Sodor Island,
But it's just
both
like,
before
this has like a very... It's so English. I love it. It's great.
and after the Thomas incident.
I worked closely on the television series in the early 80s.
Who is
so I
that?
was around the engines at all
Lead
times.
singer of U2?
It's only now,
Bono.
after I can't make a difference to those engines' lives, that I've heroically decided to speak.
As the government finally relented
Margaret
and
Thatcher.
shut down the whole biofusion operation on Sodor, a tragic dilemma faced the scientists.
Some people were still in the biofusion process. Being in process is the last place anyone wants to be. They
Yeah.
had to complete their procedures quickly, or they'd be left to die.
Damn.
That meant turning them into the simplest form of life that existed.
Oh my god, what? Jeez.
Particularly the faceless ones, rarely had the brain capacity to retain long-term memory.
Damn.
They were the lucky ones. I can't imagine a worse hell than being a truck. Fortunately, most of them didn't live long.
Why? Oh, what the... Why? Why would you do that? You've got to be some mentally deranged.
Biological organs, exposure to the open world, meant an increased risk of infection and slow, painful
Yeah,
death.
what, your organs exposed to coal?
Fearing being shut away forever, some trains would seek opportunity elsewhere. Chris Duck Dixon and Oliver Surname's dream was to work on the famous Sodor Railway.
Wow.
They were childhood friends who shared the same love of trains. They'd made a pact to become engines. Sadly, it came too late.
Damn.
The ban on biofusion came into effect just after Oliver and Duck were looking forward to working on the railway.
When it looked as though
That's a
they would
shame.
be locked away forever,
Japan.
the Japan Railway Group offered them work on their railway.
Duck and Oliver jumped at the chance. The travel was paid for by the Japanese railway.
That sounds pretty
and
cool.
They couldn't wait to be there.
Unfortunately, arriving in Tokyo, Duck and Oliver would find that, under Japanese law, they weren't recognised as human beings.
Oh my god.
And so had no rights at all.
Recognised as
They would
trains. Yeah.
soon learn their true fate.
Mattel. Steam. My god! Engine Fisto. UFC, MMA.
Along with other engines unfortunate enough to fall into this trap, were to take part in a sick pay-per-view event.
You destroyed my childhood. That's John Anik. Or John Anik. Sorry. What is he doing in Japan? Oh my goodness. It's like Robot Wars, but with trains. Oh my god! That's so cool! It's like those little two robots that are in the boxing ring fighting each other.
Fitted with pneumatic joints, stabilizers and supports, they were ready for the main event.
Good god. So they couldn't like move laterally.
Right, left, uppercut. Both men landing in that exchange.
And that's Joe Rogan. Damn. They couldn't even move around each other. They just had to beat the crap out of each other in front of each other. Like Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje. Damn.
They both knew this was a battle to the death.
Oh god.
So they had to put their friendship aside. There was only one way to survive.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, ground and pound. He's dead. Killed him to death. So what, just a fight to the death here in Japan. He just blew out one of his eyes. Oh, this is pretty gruesome. You weren't lying. What have I become? What is going on in the back? Well,
The
damn.
British government had banned the use of biofusion publicly, but couldn't ignore the military opportunities. Selling war to the world was too profitable.
Hit Logistics was the military contractor secretly
what?
tasked
Did
with
logistics?
continuing the work.
Oh,
Sodor
Hit
research
Logistics.
had begun.
It's not like Hit
The
Logistics.
first task was finding as many engines as possible.
Biofused material had become rare, and Hit Logistics immediately recruited people to hunt down as many decommissioned engines as possible.
One was an old colleague we all called Friend.
Friend.
Even when he was being interviewed for
Owen
the Shed
Ruth.
17 documentary.
Yeah, this is the scientist from the The other
He was
one.
neck deep in secret government research.
Oh dear.
His biggest dream was much more sinister.
Project G-1 was
Here we
Professor
go.
Owen Ruth's
That's what we're
dream.
getting into.
The breaking down of biofused matter to their very cells, and then deprogramming them.
Engine remains being reused to form anything they wanted.
ID project.
How does this guy know so
Cells
much?
have their DNA instructions removed. Biofused stem cells, which can then adapt and assume any form necessary.
Okay.
It is for this purpose we have begun making extensive research into twins.
Twins.
Annie
Ah!
Clarabella and Kevin Diesel had met as rail enthusiasts, fallen in love,
Kevin
and
Diesel.
gotten married within weeks of meeting. The next step in their eyes was to become biofused.
It was the most romantic thing in their eyes.
Oh,
He
together.
would become an engine, she a coach, and they would ride the rails together. Kevin became his namesake, a sleek black diesel engine.
It was Annie's operation where things
The
didn't
Beatles.
go to plan.
As Annie's
that meant to be
cells were being
Ringo Starr?
reprogrammed, they split in the early stages of the operation, and two coaches.
Oh, is it
were
because
created.
was it Paul McCartney? Didn't Paul McCartney voice? Wasn't he the narrator for some Thomas the Tank Engine episodes?
Although these twins were far from identical.
People started to notice just how many twins were being created on the island, but the questions were brushed off or ignored.
In an effort to deflect criticism, Annie and Clarabelle, the first two biofused coaches, were put into service straight away.
Brilliant.
Everyone was very excited.
Those chairs
No one
made out of
seemed to
organs.
ask about where all the organic parts were in a coach.
Yeah, you're literally sitting on them.
Or about those luxurious, expensive pink leather furnishings.
Pink leather. What? Okay. Nice.
I don't even want to tell you what they found in the toilets.
What did they... What was in the toilets?
Following this disaster, Annie and Clarabelle would be kept out of the public gaze. One would stay with her husband, the other sent away to hit logistics.
Oh my God.
Diesel was forced to make a heartbreaking choice. Which of these ladies to spend the rest of his life with?
Ah.
It must have taken him all of 2 seconds.
For Annie, a lifetime with her husband, hidden away from the public gaze. For Clarabelle, the safety and care of
Oh
hip
my
logistics.
God. What? They're doing like brain surgery on her.
Hit Logistics weren't just interested in how twins were created. It was the abilities they had because of it.
The telepathic links between twin engines was found to be incredibly powerful.
The psychic links found in natural twins
Why are they doing
is
this?
profoundly more powerful in biofused vehicles. Of course, essentially, these are the same person.
Hit
Right.
Logistics would use what they had learned to work on duplication. A volunteer soldier could be biofused exponentially, creating copies of those cells.
What?
Think of it. A willing human participant, not just controlling a weapon, but becoming the weapon.
Interesting.
Able
Oh, they're
to
the
react
tank?
to danger and orders in a fraction
That's where
of
this is
the
going.
time.
Okay.
To maintain the secrecy of these illegal experiments, the soldiers' faces would be covered up, so that the only giveaway was a cry of discomfort when a vehicle was damaged or a tank shell was fired.
My God. That's amazing. Oh
But
God.
Professor Ruth wanted to take these experiments further, to duplicate his deprogrammed cells to assimilate any biofused matter it made contact with, to assume any form, of any size.
Wow.
Think of the possibilities.
So what's his name from freaking Jujutsu Kaisen? What's that guy's name? You can like reshape your soul.
Dropped into a city that can take any form it wishes and adapt any organic material it finds.
Yeah.
Whole communities of people removed and left empty for occupation. Stage 1 is the secure storage of biofuels genetic matter in stasis. Stage 2 will involve the release of this material, in secure conditions of course. To release this material in an uncontrolled state would be disastrous.
There was nothing they wouldn't try in that place, even experimenting with mirrors.
How would you experiment with...
As well as mirror testing, work on twins would become more
What?
extreme to test just how far the telekinetic link in biofused matter would go.
Oh shit, okay.
For one set of twins, the link would go too far.
Oh my god, what kind of Homelander
Whilst
experiment is
horrors
this?
were administered on Donald, the doctors and specialists at HIT Logistics could observe in full detail the torture as an unbreakable bond with his twin would tear Douglas apart.
Oh shit. So if one of them dies, they both die. It's like that, is it Japanese?
Logistics would
South
also
Korean?
be
There's a
seen as
show
well.
or a film where they've got collars attached to them, and if their partner dies in battle, then they die
refuge
also.
From another
Because the collar blows up, so it encourages them all to stay alive.
threat on Sodor.
Steamies, we called them. They started out as rail enthusiasts, train spotters. They loved engines, but where was the harm in that?
Yeah, exactly.
But when living engines were introduced on Sodor, they couldn't get here fast enough.
Oh, I can
Most
imagine.
were seen as enthusiastic volunteers on the railway, some getting permanent jobs.
Now the Steamies' obsession with engines had a new, darker place to
What are
vent
they
their
doing to that poor
frustrations.
thing?
James
They're
was a
sending it into
favourite
space.
engine. Sometimes every night for weeks, they'd gather at the turntable and play Spin the Engine.
Why? That's so messed up. Testing the G-force. Oh, poor guy. What? Yeah, I get motion sickness. I wouldn't be able
This
to do that.
security footage,
That's my idea of
hidden
hell.
by Sodor research until now, shows Gordon desperately pretending he couldn't fit on the turntable. But James was always the favourite.
Thomas and the
even to
breakdown
the television
train.
writers.
James's driver and fireman were feeling him all over.
But I had nothing
What?
to do with any of that business. Not after the first time.
With the closure of the railways, the engines were hidden away, and the Steamies would go underground and bide their time.
And it would be 30 years and a new documentary before anyone cared.
Shit.
Before anyone asked, why did this happen? Where were the engines? And what can we do about any of it?
Engines
With
are people
protests
too.
aimed at the government and HIT Logistics.
The thing is, this
the
would
destruction of the evidence.
this would genuinely happen. I feel like what has been explained here. If this was a thing, this is what would actually happen.
was speeded up.
So I'm guessing Thomas is still in that.
Unnecessary
Surgery
engines
thing.
would be incinerated quickly and brutally.
As easy as signing a form, ticking a box, or waving a flag. The engines we knew and loved were murdered
Damn.
in the most efficient way possible.
Melted down. Right.
But it would be the most insignificant death of all that would have the most devastating effect.
Okay.
Not any transport at HIT Logistics, but the one nobody witnessed, except for one.
Uh-oh. Reconstruction.
The
They'd spent 30 years together, just looking into each other's eyes, forgotten by us all, and as happy as any of us could ever hope to be. As Clarabelle was disposed of, no one but Diesel knew what happened to her twin nearly 20 miles away.
Oh, because he had the connection. Oh shit, is it? Oh yeah, because... Oh God!
What's wrong? What's the matter? What's happening? Ellie, please. Stay with me. I can't go.
Imagine that.
Stay with me. Stay with me. No. No.
Holy shit.
No.
And he's forced to look at her. That is insane. Is he going to blow up too? That is... And that, what, is he going to cook alive slowly now, or is he just forced to watch his...
But it wasn't over for Diesel.
Okay, I need to stop recording quick.
He had to get out. As terrible as seeing his wife perish was, the worst was yet to come.
Good lord, what could be worse than that? God, this guy's going through his, like, gut sack right now.
No. No.
He has to go through his wife.
No. No. No.
He's walking over the or riding over the remains of his wife.
No.
And he's gonna have to continuously do that to open up that door, right?
No. No. No.
Yeah, he's gonna have to keep going back through the remains of his wife. Oh my god. He is going through some kind of villain act right now. That is insane. Imagine that, watching your wife perish.
All your fault.
Who's?
You'll never laugh at me again.
Who?
The rights of biofused engines will be ignored no more. The secrets of Sodor will be revealed. The state-sponsored torture of engines must be stopped.
Diesel would form the Sodor Liberation Front. His dream was to make Sodor Island a home for engines and other transport, free from the tyranny of human beings.
And we will not stop until the island of Sodor is recognized as a refuge for all engines.
Damn.
Meanwhile, the remains of the engines would be disposed of.
The remains at Hit Logistics would be moved
Justice for
off-site
Thomas.
to a quarry in the Blue Mountains of Sodor. 6,000 pounds of desiccated biofused matter. Its location, the real mystery. And tending to this top secret site was the only engine in the UK still being illegally operated.
My
we can get him to do pretty much anything we want to. You know, a bit of the black stuff.
He laughs like a sheep.
Reveals how Ferdinand was being forced to work, controlled by his addiction to Welsh coal.
That's right. Yeah, you're gonna work for it. Do you want some of this?
We use Welsh coal to get the weaker
Welsh
engines
coal.
started up, to give some engines a kick when they were struggling to get
Oh,
up
it's
in
like
the
cocaine.
morning. We never realised all the effects it was having on some engines.
Okay. That's why he's got hardly any teeth. It makes sense.
What are you looking at me
Or it'd be like meth or
let's all
what
look
is
at
it?
the funny engine. Is that right? Let's all look at the funny engine. Let's all look at the funny engine.
Welsh coal acted as a narcotic on the engines. Prolonged use would lead to addiction and dependency.
Shit. And they were feeding them this. That's crazy. Oh, he's got a nosebleed.
As
Is he
Welsh
overdosing?
coal addiction became a bigger and bigger problem, dependency increased on the set of the television series.
No, you'll never win first prize, Percy moaned.
Don't worry, Percy.
Thomas puffed.
All I need is a good washdown.
One morning, Gordon was in the yard taking on a large supply of coal. That's the third load of coal you've had today, Gordon. Some might say you're being rather greedy.
Increasingly, engines would cause what appeared to be accidents, but in fact were attempts to get exposed to Welsh coal. But prolonged
Sniffing
use
it in.
would result in permanent brain damage.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Dealers on the set, violence among the actors. They knew there were a problem when Gordon started talking to the voice in his head, telling him to do things, bad things.
Yes, said Gordon, I will.
Oh my goodness.
Hit Logistics would later take Welsh coal research to its natural conclusion.
Which was?
High-speed steam engines would
Oh.
be pushed to their limits
Holy
on
shit.
high doses of the coal.
Oh my god.
As
Okay.
pressure from the media increased, and fearing more bad press, Project G-1 was put on hold, its future uncertain. Stage 1 stored away in what Professor Ruth called a controlled environment.
He dug his own grave
Oh dear.
in that documentary, as well as working at Hit Logistics. But he didn't see anything wrong in that.
I don't understand that guy. He was like doing a documentary on how bad the biofusions or whatever were, and then he's doing experiments on biofused engines.
So, just like everyone else, he blamed me.
Okay, I hope you're happy. You couldn't keep your mouth shut. Don't act so innocent. You're just as responsible. What about Bash, Harold, and Smudger? Whose fault were they, bastard? And then he
Wrong in
said,
that.
don't blame me. You were saying too much on that program as well. We all know your contribution. You deserve to lose your job in that place. Better hope we don't say too much on the new documentary, eh? Burn in hell. I hope you and your family all die. There's blood on your hands too. I'll make you pay.
He blamed me for everything, even Smudger.
Smudger's story had been a children's favourite around the world.
He was Smudger then.
Smudger worked on the Mid-Sodor Railway. The mine the engines worked on didn't make much, but it was enough to keep them going. Smudger was moved there because of his faults. His wheel alignment was off, meaning he'd come off the rails too often.
That's a shame.
Unfortunately, the cash-strapped mine company couldn't afford the repairs. Their solution would be barbaric.
Good lord, what are they going to do to Smudger? What the? They turned him
They
into that.
dismembered him, taking away his wheels and opening him up. The butchers turned him into a steam generator.
Oh
Shut
my
off from all
god.
sensation, Smudger powered the mine for many years.
Shut
Alone
off.
with his thoughts, he would slowly lose his mind.
I'm not surprised. Oh my god, that
do you
makes
think
me
they come back
that makes me feel weird. You've been deprived of all sensations: hearing, eyesight, speech, smell, touch, and you've got nothing. It's basically locked in syndrome.
Smudger did the L. He were left there for years.
Jeez.
Everyone had forgotten him. In a way, it would have been better for Smudger if he'd been forgotten forever.
Oh yeah, because
Sadly,
now he's.
For Smudger, salvation would arrive, but in the form of Hit Logistics.
Professor Ruth was still eager to find as much biofused material as he could, but Smudger had changed over time.
Smudger had remained in the same place for nearly 30 years.
That's.
His organic parts were no longer just part of a steam engine.
He controls like what?
They had become shed.
Oh damn.
Smudger and the shed were one and the same. They couldn't be removed.
Hey, no, please, wait, no, please, no, oh God, no, 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 please, wait, no, please, no, God, no,
Bro, just this poor guy can't catch a break. Just kill him,
This
man.
would be the final act of Hit Logistics. closing down all their research and destroying evidence. Soon, there would be nothing left to even prove their existence.
That was what they hoped. They didn't count on one final desperate act.
Right. Oh shit, okay. Oh my god. They opened it up.
Cranky had been driven mad by all the things he'd seen working for the government. But the worst thing was having to keep it quiet for all those years.
Unfortunately, Cranky's genetic structure meant he couldn't turn around fully, not without breaking the entire circulatory system to his head.
Oh my...
Effectively, he was condemning himself to a painful death.
He snapped his neck. Ah. Holy shit. Well, that's one way to go out.
I believe Cranky knew the consequences, and he knew it had to be done.
But his wouldn't be the only sacrifice that day.
Who the hell was that? Oh my god! It's a suicide train bomber.
I don't believe he was evil, or that he wanted to kill anyone. He just wanted to show the world what the government was trying to cover up. He didn't know what was in there, or the damage he'd do.
Oh shit, did he go? Oh, he went straight into the...
Diesel had veered into the now secured stasis container.
Oh, it was Diesel.
Project G Stage 1.
Shit. It's in stasis.
Opening it up and allowing the deprogrammed biofused matter to assimilate any matter it wished.
Holy shit.
And to take on any form it wished.
It's gonna hit that human straight away. Oh my god. What could possibly go wrong with these freaking scientific experiments?
Lads, I looked at the mirror. I looked at the mirror, lads. Lads.
What does that mean?
Any biofused engines in there didn't stand a chance. They were dragged into the canister.
Shit. So now it's just gonna grow into like a huge...
And then we all got to see it in its natural state.
Bro. That is nightmare fuel. How big... Oh my god. Oh my god, it's basically Godzilla Thomas the Tank Engine. Godzilla the engine. Wow.
As the reality of the situation
Explosion that hit
sunk in,
logistics.
government forces were deployed. This would be the only line of defense.
That was quick. That's funny.
But Project G-1
What
was
the
more than capable of defending itself.
Is that a missile?
And would take whatever action was necessary.
Ballistic missile. Oh, they're just gonna throw it, okay. Oh, jeez. So this is like freaking...
Gordon's alive.
What?
It could now not be stopped. As it forged ahead, it became clear where its goal was. More biofused cells, more life, more engines. It had to assimilate cells to grow, to live, to spread.
Oh, okay, it needs engines.
Blue Mountain Quarry. The site of thousands of tons of dead, desiccated biofused matter, hidden from the outside world.
And now this thing's gonna get its hands on it.
A rich source of matter, which would make Project G-1 indestructible.
Jeez, I'm guessing they didn't manage to do it, else... this wouldn't be shown.
It were drawn here to be with its own kind, the last vestiges of Sodor's engines. It was trying to find peace.
Peace?
Realizing Project G1's destination and intent, the military provided it with what it was looking for.
They provided it? What? What the hell is that thing?
The last engine whose fate everyone had asked about for years.
Thomas? Shit. Oh, he's a person now? What the fuck?
After 28 operations to try and reconstruct him as a human being,
oh my god,
he had remained behind closed doors, unwilling until now to show the world the monster he had become.
Frankenstein.
That wasn't
or Frankenstein's
the Thomas
monster.
I knew. That wasn't an engine or a human. It were a creature mutilated by surgeons and engineers alike.
Man,
Unable to react to the outside world at this stage, Thomas was the last chance the military had to stop Project G1.
Oh, because he was the original. So that's like the dad of all the biofused engines. Just smiling. Thomas has seen better days, my god. This guy can't catch a break.
Finally, the nightmare were over. Thomas had found the remains of his friends. His friends had found him. Sodor Island's favourite sons would finally be at peace.
Oh my god. Gonna close them in like an avalanche?
The mystery of the Blue Mountain had been solved. 6,000 tons of desiccated, dehumanized biofused matter, hidden in full view.
Oh my god.
And now used as a weapon.
What, it's gonna kill both of them? I mean, it has plenty of time to move. I thought that's what it wanted, though. It wanted those... Oh, okay. Maybe he couldn't do anything with it in the state that it was in. Now Thomas is simply a pawn.
No! No!
This is a horrible, horrible existence. There's Keith. What is this turned into? I'll just ask to be killed at that point. Was this like a flashback of memories?
This was the military's plan all along.
To
there
what?
was never any intention to allow them some kind of peace. And with that, Thomas lost his only link to the past.
Shit.
Now all that's left is his reanimated pneumatic body. A confused mind that lost everything.
So there's no
With his
more.
past the only thing left to torment him, Thomas decided to leave. He'd seen everything. The last people he trusted had abandoned him, but I was still here to tell his story.
Where did he go,
After
though?
all the betrayal, disloyalty and torment, I could still say I were his only friend. The only person who hadn't abandoned him. I could hold my head up high and say I was...
Jesus! It was always you. Oh my god! That guy should get into a fucking death metal band. That's one hell of a growl. So now Thomas is just you know what? I don't blame that at all. In 2021, Sodor Island was officially recognized as a biofused only compound. In 2032, a referendum was called on the island to decide whether Sodor would secede from the United Kingdom and become its own country. Wow, okay. By almost 98%, the engines of Sodor Island voted to leave the UK. Damn. Tributes paid to childhood entertainment Bob the Builder. By 2040, all diplomatic ties between Sodorland and the United Kingdom were cut off, since then no human has set foot on Sodor, and no biofused engine has had contact with the outside world. Okay, damn. So it became North Korea, basically.
Keith?
Well, actually, no, like, I guess
Can you hear me, Keith?
you can visit
Can you hear me,
North
Keith?
Korea.
Stay with me now. Stay with me now. Okay, we have to shock him.
Oh, shit. Is he going to be like biofused?
Necessary.
Oh, no.
Who is this man? What's he doing here?
This man is in our care.
You've no right to be here.
Relax, Mr. Hartley. You are in our capable
Shit, they're
hands
going to
now.
biofuse him. Uh-oh. What have they made him into? Oh, is it like DNA? Oh yeah, they biofused him. So what, the G1's continued in secrecy? Oh no. Damn, it's not over. Well, I guess it is. There's no more of this, but for that
Well,
universe.
Mr. Hartley,
Oh no!
you've
What's
been
happening?
quite the thorn in our side. The wrench in our works.
Uh-oh.
The leaves on our rails. Never want to shy away from the media, were you, Mr. Hartley?
No.
Always another revelation about your faithful employer. Never a care for the trouble you caused.
The innovations you've hampered, initiatives you've stalled, the jobs you've lost, the challenges to this island's human supremacy. Well, we've got a very special place for you here. Somewhere you can't open your big mouth or interfere anymore.
So, the fat conductor's in the background.
Mr. Hartley. You're among friends here. This is where everyone ends up once they've become troublesome.
Oh, good lord. Oh no, he became a truck. Oh, good lord. Where is it? Where is this though? And what are they doing with them? What a horrible fate. Well, that was pretty freaking good, man. I love that style of video. It's really good.
Next week, Colonel Babar.
Oh, God.
His bloodthirsty rise to power, the genocide of the Rhinoceros Kingdom,
Jeez.
and his ultimate demise at the hands of his own people.
What? Who is that meant to be about? Saddam Hussein? Thomas the Tank Engine, Project G-1. Well, Fingerbox 8.1, 6th of October 2069.
I don't know about this. Maybe we shouldn't be here.
Yeah, come on. No one's even been here in like 50 years.
I know, but these warning signs
It's my dad's birthday.
Look, no one's actually seen an engine over there for ages. It'll be fine. What are you worrying about? I mean, what could happen? No!
Yeah. It's time to start running, man. They can only stay on the tracks, though. They really don't like the UK. Basically, Scotland to England. Well, I enjoyed that thoroughly. That was really good. Got a lot of work went into this one. Well, there we go, guys. You guys wanted me to react to Project G1? I gotta say, that one was a little bit more wilder than Shed 17. Shed 17, although it was completely unrealistic, felt a bit more realistic. This one was more, it focused on a more cinematic approach. Was there nothing wrong with that? But, yeah, it was still really good. Really enjoyable. Obviously, I don't really know a lot about Thomas the Tank Engine, but I imagine this probably didn't go down well with a lot of Thomas the Tank Engine fans. Or maybe it did. I don't know. Or train enthusiasts. Maybe they loved this. Who knows? But yeah, another fantastic video there. I love that style of video. It's really, really good. I think that's where we're going to be leaving it with Paul's vids. So I just want to apologize here because I heard a rumor that Paul's vids passed away. And it's not true at all because I found their Twitter and they seem to be operating pretty much to this day. So I don't know where I heard that rumor from or who said that in the last video, but you are very wrong. So guys, go subscribe to Paul's vids. Go like the video, all that good stuff. I didn't mention subscribing in this video because I thought that bit was true, but still, you should go and support Paul's vids. Fantastic creator. I know they haven't uploaded in 2 years, but still, credit where credit is due. Go and support them. Guys, if you did enjoy this reaction video, why not leave a like, rate, and subscribe? This is the majority of my content. I react to mainly analog horror, but like little funky animations like this are also cool. Yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.